Wolverine was on the hunt for Wendigo, who was following him. When it comes to dealing with Wendigo, Wolverine knows it's best not to go it alone. So he decides to play smart. He waits for backup, keeping a close eye on the Wendigo to ensure he doesn't come across any unsuspecting campers. However, things don't go as planned. Wendigo stumbles upon a campsite and attempts to attack a woman. Wolverine springs into action trying to save the woman, but then something unexpected happens. He recognizes her scent and says, "Hey furball, remember me? Well, don't worry, I'm not here to spoil your dinner." He flashes a smile and continues, "But that's mainly cause what you're holding ain't dinner. It's bait. Ain't that right, She-Hulk?" The woman transforms into She-Hulk and responds with a playful annoyance, "Geez, way to spoil my big reveal, Wolvie. So what are you doing here?" She-Hulk throws a punch at the Wendigo and asks, "Did S.H.I.E.L.D bring you in on this one too, Wolverine?" Wolverine replies, "Nope, got a call from a Sarsi Indian pal of mine." She-Hulk raises an eyebrow and says, "So you're just going to stand there, or are you going to join the party?" Wolverine unsheaths his claws and grins, saying, "Lady, I thought you'd never ask." And with that, they dive into battle against the Wendigo. Wendigo tosses them aside and She-Hulk exclaims, "Oh, you almost gave me a concussion. That's some hard skull you got there, Wolverine." He responds, "It's the adamantium, darling, hardest substance on earth, and every bone of my body is laced with that stuff." She-Hulk, surprised, asks, "Really, every bone?" But before she could continue, Wendigo attacks her, slashing open her stomach with its claws. Blood drips from her wound as she collapses to the ground while Wolverine continues his fight. When She-Hulk wakes up, her Jennifer Walters personality is in control. As Wolverine fights in the background, Jennifer berates She-Hulk for the mess she's made of her life, giving her a much-needed wake-up call. "You're blowing it, She-Hulk. Seriously, what are you doing with our life? We had a good thing going at the law firm, cool cases, good friends, really interesting stuff, and now you're throwing it all away for this mindless superhero crap." She-Hulk says, "Stop it. Stop talking like we're two different people." "We're not. I'm Jen Walters." Jennifer replies, "Well, duh, but right now you're She-Hulk. And by the way, when you're She-Hulk, you have a healing factor. Get up, you're fine." As She-Hulk looks down, she realizes that her body has healed itself. As she looks around confused, Wolverine calls out to her, "Hey Sleeping Beauty, anytime now." She quickly rejoins Wolverine in battle, pushing the Wendigo back and saying, "No need to get your yellow panties in a bunch." Wolverine responds, "Not bad. And here I thought you were taking a powder." She-Hulk reassures him, "I'm okay, I've got a healing factor." Wolverine chuckles, "Join the club. I've got one too." He points his finger at Wendigo and adds, "Problem is, so does you know who." As the Wendigo attacks them, they both say this might take a while. They continue their fight with the Wendigo, but they have a difficult time. The Wendigo is power incarnate, raw fury made flesh. Strike him down and he shall only rise again. No mortal force can stop him. As they're beaten down, Wolverine asks She-Hulk, "So darling, just how are you planning to take this guy down?" They both had backup, but it looks like they're not coming, so they decided to just do this themselves. She-Hulk asks how. "He can heal from any wound." Wolverine responds, "Yeah. What about the mother of all wounds? Something so nasty, it'll take him hours to heal." She-Hulk asks, "And how do we do that?" Wolverine replies, 2 words, fastball special. As She-Hulk lifts Wolverine up, he says, "You know how it's done." She-Hulk says, "I've seen it before. You usually do this move with a guy, right?" Wolverine says, "Yeah, why?" She-Hulk says, "Got a firm little butt there. You must work out." Wolverine says, "First rule about fastball special, you don't talk about the fastball special. Now do it." As she throws him, she says, "Alright, but you better watch out. It's one thing when you do it with the Colossus. It's another when you're thrown by a Hulk." Wolverine flies straight towards the Wendigo, passing right through him. He creates a massive hole in the Wendigo's chest and uses his claws to remove its heart. As the Wendigo falls down, he says, "That ought to slow the big furball down a while." She-Hulk replies, "Maybe longer, now that his heart isn't in it." And then they both share a smile. Wendigo is then contained by S.H.I.E.L.D. Orine convinces Tails tells Wen that they know what they're doing. She-Hulk turns to Wolverine and says, now that things are winding down, want to get a beer or something? Wolverine responds, why? She-Hulk says, cause from what I hear, you're the best there is at what you do. And what you do is pretty nice. Wolverine rejects her offer and says, yeah right, look, I got better things to do than go chasing around after Juggernaut's sloppy seconds. She-Hulk gets shocked and yells, what? I didn't sleep with Juggernaut. Why does everyone keep saying that?